This is still the same day as episode 11. Don't mind me and my hoodie. But thank you for tuning in to another episode of Brown Skin Conversations. I am your host, Natasha Soul. And this episode, just like the last one, is brought to you by Sarcarrogance Media Group. Let's get into it. So, I also took a break because I had some soul searching to do. And I had to come to terms with the fact that I am worthy of the attention that I have been longing for so long. I have been longing for in general. I am worthy of having someone that actually pays me attention when I'm around them. And this is relationship wise. This is not like friendship wise. Like when I have friends, we can just be in the same space doing our own thing and I'm good. When I'm in a relationship, I feel like there are different things that I would like from my partner, and long story short, I wasn't receiving that. And I found out some things that I honestly was not okay with, and I feel like I handled it pretty well and still am handling it pretty well. At first, I was just like, wow. Sometimes people really sit up here and tell you not to worry about the things that they are actually doing. And you sit up here and you don't worry about it. But there's a gut feeling that's just like, no, they're doing that thing. And then you find out that they're doing that thing and you're like, I should have paid attention to my gut earlier. And I received that feeling twice. Not only the first time with finding out that the person was doing this, but to find out that they're still doing it. And they don't know that I know that they're still doing the thing. They're gonna know now, but such is life. When somebody has a huge impact over your life and they do something that hurts you, that can cause you to do a lot of things and feel a lot of feelings. I went into, I'm gonna do a back mode. Revenge is not all that sweet. And I came to terms with that really quick, and I was just like, I'm not even this person. Like, I really don't like just having all these connections with these different people. I'm not on that type of time because my energy is precious. And not everybody deserves to. You're rude. My energy is precious, and everybody does not deserve to vibe out with me like that. And I put myself in a hard place. But then I went into the regular, why do I have to keep dealing with stuff like this? Because this wasn't anything that I hadn't dealt with before. It happened before with somebody else in a previous relationship, and I was just like, why? And I just played back conversations that I had to bring up because I wanted to get better at communicating. And I was just like, did I ask the wrong questions? Like, what is going on? What did I do wrong? And I didn't do anything wrong. Somebody's gonna be like, this girl definitely did something because no, I literally put the blame on myself first and was like, what did I do wrong? And then thought about it and was like, no, I asked this person, my partner, what they needed from me, and they said that they needed space. That hurt my feelings at first because I feel like I've talked about this before. I am a people pleaser. And I'm a recovering people pleaser, and I didn't like being alone because I had been in a space where I had been alone for a really long time, and now I felt like, okay, this person is gonna, absorb all this love that I have to give them. And that wasn't the case. They needed space. And so I started spending time with myself because I'm just like, alrighty, you need space. But then we had the conversation again, and I was just like, how can I do this for you? Like, what does that mean? You need space from me? Because it didn't mean like, oh, I want to break up. It was like I just need me time. Okay, I can do that. I can give you space. So apparently I gave too much space, but that wasn't communicated to me. So then this person felt like they had to fill their void with other people and other people's attention. And it's going to sound like I'm being like petty, like, oh no, they were talking to friends. No, I saw what was going on. I saw everything. I did my FBI duties, and I found what I needed to find. And it was painful thinking about it because I'm just like, you said you needed space and I gave it to you, and then you say you needed more space. I mean, then when I communicate to you, you're saying that it's too much space. You didn't communicate that to me. And then all these feelings are bubbling up, and I feel like now I can't communicate to you because I'm finding out that you really don't want to talk about the issues that are going on in this relationship. How does that even work? Like, yes, we grow up in these environments where we feel like we can't talk about. Why is my stomach doing that? That's wild. Y'all can't hear it, but my stomach was growling, and I ate probably the cheese. Cheese will do it. We grow up in these environments where we don't see people communicating or taking or being accountable for their actions, or we just see things swept under the rug. But this person knew that I was here to break generational curses, and I'm not here for that. But yet you still didn't want to talk. And is still having a hard time talking about things. And I'm taking my time and spending time with myself and spending time with the friends that I've made. And this, I can see that it's making you feel a type of way. And it's like, that's not on me anymore to care. Because I would have given you everything that I had, and you would have given me a speck. So now, I'm dealing with a lot of emotions in this like wavering phase of where I talk to my therapist about relationships and stuff like that, and she's just like, you don't have to deal with that because that's bullshit. And I'm just like, yeah, I really don't. But then it's just like, you still love a person and you still want to see them grow, or you're still in this person's presence. What do? You stay cordial? Because I'm not a violent person at all. I could have been, though. I could have been. Because I'm definitely the type of person that's just like, if somebody cheats on me, they deserve to get stabbed. Because I literally didn't do anything. I really didn't do anything to hurt you, but you didn't care about hurting me. So now I'm going to cause you physical pain. You caused me emotional pain, and now I'm going to cause you physical pain. That's the type of person that a part of me likes to think that I am, but I'm not at all. I am the type of person that takes all the grief and is just like, what is wrong with me? What could I have done better? And I came to the conclusion that I did what I needed to do. I communicated, and I saw what that person needed, and I tried to learn their love languages, and I tried to do these little things that they felt like they didn't have time to. They felt like they didn't have the time to do. And I sat here and helped them with their dream while they didn't really give me that type of time when it came towards mine. And I look back at it sometimes and I'm like, that sucks, bro. That really sucks to not have the energy that you give out reciprocated. But I'm going to continue to hurt my own feelings, thinking that everybody is going to be like me towards me. So, but I'm still going to expect it, because I'm still going to do, I'm still going to expect it, because I am out here on a part of my journey where I'm just like, this is going to get reciprocated sooner or later. That doesn't have to take me out of my element just because this person didn't understand the assignment. They didn't read the room. They didn't know what was good for them. I know what's good for me. I am a lover, and I'm going to continue to love people in the way that I know best, but tweaked a little bit because I can move a little bit too fast and like just observe people with my love, and everybody's not used to that type of love. I mean, it still sounds like a them problem, but I'm going to learn how to read the room a little bit better and not be so, with it. So with knowing that I'm worthy and deserving of the love that I want and desire, I'm also, the key thing that I've learned is that communication is always key. I said this before I got into a relationship, and I'm going to say it until I die. We are not going to know what people need from us or what people are, what their expectations are, what their boundaries are, unless you communicate. And if you set boundaries, then you have every right to set boundaries. And I've also learned to never feel bad for expressing myself and setting those boundaries, especially when it's coming from a place of growth. Because I am on my growth journey, regardless of the things that happen. I gotta learn from these things. Some people don't. Some people want to just stay where they are, and that's fine. Do you, boo boo? Do what's best for you. I'm sure that's not what's best for you, but if you feel as though that's best for you, do that. Who am I to stop ya, babe? Do what's best for you. Me, on the other hand, I am going to learn. I might do some toxic things and learn from them. I might overextend myself and learn that that's not good. I might repress some emotions and learn that that's not okay. But as long as I'm learning, that's the most important thing that I can do at this point of my life. Yeah. Whether it be with that person that hurt me, friends, future partners, whatever. I'm learning what boundaries are. I learned what boundaries were before I took the break, but I learned that you have to keep implementing them. Because, baby, I went to the beach on Father's Day, and that was for me. Because I'm not a father. I'm not a father, nor am I a mother to any child. And I suggested activities that this person should have done, and they didn't do them. That's also something that I'm learning. Just because you suggest things or tell people to do things, that doesn't mean that they're going to do them or that they have to do them. Because I'm not going to just listen to people just because they tell me to do something. The hell, I got to think for myself. So, I went to the beach on Father's Day. I had a great time. Got me some pupusas. If you don't know what pupusas are, sucks to be you. If you're lactose intolerant, these are worth having to sit on the toilet for however long you usually have to sit on the toilet for, with the slaw and the little sauce that they give you. Oof. What you will learn about me really quick is that I love food. I am a foodie. I did not get this size by not eating. I'm learning that I'm not learning this, but I already knew this. I have an eating disorder. I do binge, but it's not as bad as it used to be when I was in high school, and binging wouldn't really even be the name that I give the eating disorder that I had back then, because I just wouldn't eat. Because with a conversation that I had with another friend, we learned that sometimes that's the only thing that we can control is eating, putting food in our mouths. People will be around us and do all this stuff and take up our space and all that other stuff, and they feel like they can do that, and that's fine. But I can control actually putting food in my mouth. And It's not good not to eat. Like, I was literally like, that was probably in high school, that was probably the second heartbreak that I had. And I was really going through it. And I wouldn't eat. That same thing happened again when I lived with my dad and my stepmom, because y'all are going to learn a lot about me. I feel like I can open up a little bit more. You know, it's the second season. That closer to the end of the second season, you're gonna be left on some cliffhangers, whatever. We're gonna come back with the third season, real saying names and kicking ass, taking names, stuff like that. But it happened again when I lived with my dad and stepmom, because some things were going on, because stepmoms usually suck. And yeah, when you're used to it just being you and your dad, and then you move into this household with a little sister and another woman that's not your actual mom, which is fine, but she can be just as bad as your birth mom when it comes to emotions and stuff like that. You kind of look at that parent that remarried and you're just like, are you a glutton for pain? What is wrong with you, sir? And now you're taking me down this journey with you. I have to sit up here and watch you do dumb stuff. Like, why do I have to watch you take yourself through this roller coaster ride of emotions all the time? But anyway, when I was living with them, me and my stepmom got into this, I guess, what I would call heated argument. And for the longest time, she wouldn't talk to me. And like, I'm not about to sit up here and be like, oh, she wouldn't talk to me, like, because I wasn't talking to her. No, like, actively I would be sitting there trying to have conversations as family, and it felt like she would only respond to my dad or my little sister, my little stepsister. And I'm just like, are you fucking serious right now? Like, what type of adult does that? And right when I thought things got a little bit better, it didn't. And I'm just like, coming from a religious person's standpoint, there's a part in the Bible that says, if you have a problem with somebody, leave your gift at the altar and go make amends with that person. That's not the exact words, but that's what you're supposed to do. And I thought we had made amends at this certain point, but we didn't. And I told my dad, and I'm just like, you know, she's avoiding me. She's not talking to me. She's not including me in the things. And he was just like, okay, well, I don't remember exactly what he said, but it didn't fix anything, because I went to him again, and that's when we all had a sit down talk. And the conclusion was that she said, it doesn't matter if you don't like me, I'm still your stepmother and you're gonna respect me and all this other stuff. And I was just like, that's not the issue. You didn't even listen to what I said. I felt like I never said I didn't like you. Like, I don't care for your presence now. And if you feel as though I don't like you, and I never said I didn't like you, and I'm up here trying to talk to you, yo. I'm up here really actively trying to be a part of this family for like the second time since I moved back in with y'all as an adult. And you're playing these old little girl games. And my other parent is not seeing that because he's so far up your ass. And maybe not even that. He just has a lot going on with him because he has depression. Both of my parents have depression. And I don't really think that they realize that, but they need to. They need help. But yeah, no. During that period of time where she wouldn't talk to me and I just felt like I wasn't a part of the family, because it's like, you're not doing this to your daughter, your birth daughter, and my dad isn't treating her any type of differently. I'm the only one that's being treated differently by you. How can I feel like I'm a part of this family? So during that time, I stopped eating because, the kitchen is usually the community spot where everybody congregates, and I didn't want to be a part of that, because I'm like, if I'm such a burden, I'm not going to be in that space with y'all, and I'm not trying to run upstairs, do what I got to do, and perhaps bump into you in your kitchen, since this is your house, and make things awkward, because I hate that. I'm non-confrontational, and that's why it lasted like that long. And then yeah, so not eating, doing those things. I don't know where I was going with this. Depression, not eating. Eating disorder, binging. I do that from time to time, and I feel like shit. Almost ate a whole medium pizza by myself. But it's a medium pizza. Like, bruh, who can't eat a medium pizza by themselves? I like food. I really like food. I'm starting to not care for American food and realizing that this shit is shitty, but whatever. But yeah, I've just been through a lot. I've been through a lot, not only in my adult life, but I had been through a lot in my childhood, it feels like to me. And I constantly tell my therapist that sometimes I really feel like I don't want to be that child or that person that says the most millennial shit, but a lot of the times I'm just like, I didn't ask to be here, so why do I have to keep going through this BS with you and your emotions? You take that over there. I try to set boundaries with parents, and they don't want to understand that your daughter doesn't always feel like talking to people just like you, but yet you want to dictate to me when I have to talk to you. And again, I didn't ask to be here, and I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for me thinking about everybody else's emotions. Again, people pleasing stopped me from committing suicide. I'm gonna call it suicide. So, and then I'm just going on a rant now, because it's been a minute and I gotta get stuff off my chest. And then how people talk about suicide, and you think that at least somebody in your family will understand where you're coming from. No. I have an older sister, and one time we were having a conversation, and she was just like, suicide is selfish. And it made me think about how selfish it is that you think that somebody is actually sitting up here about to off themselves because they want to be selfish. They're only thinking about themselves. They feel like they're alone. This is the issue. You're sitting up here thinking about yourself. You're sitting up here thinking, oh, that person is selfish for taking their lives because they leave behind all these people. They feel like they're a burden, which I felt like for a good amount of my adult life. I am going to be 27 this year, and I still feel Well, I don't feel like that right now. But in some cases, I have felt like more of a burden than I do now. Like, I'm good. We're good. But I felt like a tremendous burden to people. And how is me not being around anymore selfish? So I talked to my doctor. I talked to my therapist about how I had some suicide thoughts. I think this was like a couple of weeks ago, recent. And I was just like, I don't understand why I'm here. What is my purpose? Like, what am I just supposed to like suffer for the rest of my life? Like, that's what we're doing? Because I didn't sign up for that. Again, I didn't ask to be here. So why do I have to deal with that? No. And it was like, it's sad that there's like, I think my friend Pooch said this, or somebody else, but they were like, I really hate that there's a word for everything, like a category that people can always put themselves into. But anyway, these type of suicide thoughts were passive suicide thoughts. It wasn't like an active, like I'm literally gonna drive my car off of this ledge. It was if a truck hit me on the highway and I was not able to be here anymore after that, I'd be okay. It's that type of stuff. Or if it rained and I was going too fast and I accidentally drove off this cliff, I wouldn't be upset on my way off. That type of stuff. I haven't had those thoughts since then, but I told my therapist that. And yeah, we had a really good talk. And it was weird because I told 2 other friends about that. One of the friends, well, both of the friends were like, yeah, I've had thoughts like that before too. And sometimes life really be lifing. Like, life really be kicking you when you down. And sometimes we have to evaluate what we truly want to do in life to find that purpose to keep us here. I don't know if this podcast is my purpose, but we doing it. I got something to keep me occupied. I'm also training to be a doula, so because that's what I've really wanted to do since I was in middle school. So, you know, I'm finding my purposes slowly but surely. I am happy to say that I am still here and that I am able to be creative in a way that I didn't think that I would be able to, and to learn my crafts in a time where a lot of crap was going on with the world. And I am thankful for the heartbreaks and heartaches because of the healing that I am forced to go through. Because when I turned 30, better yet, next year around this time, we shall be a better person. I'm becoming a better person every day because The only competition that I have is myself. And even then, I'm not really my own competition. I usually learn from other people's mistakes. That's the type of person that I've been all my life, is to not really go down the same path as other people because of the things that I see them dealing with. And that's what I am to myself. I am seeing things that happened back far in the past, and I'm like, I'm not doing that. Not because I'm an adult or anything, but because it didn't help me. And I'm seeing things that are even happened like a month or two ago, and I'm just like, we're not doing that anymore. Or this could go way smoother if, I would set healthy boundaries or communicate more or whatever I have to do in order to not fall off the deep end for myself. So, yeah. We grown over here, baby. Thank you for sitting through this rant. What I wanted to get off my chest was literally off of it within the first 15 minutes. And I have kept y'all here for another whatever and so minutes. And if you made it this far, I truly appreciate you. Because what I'm not going to stop doing is being an appreciative person. I am appreciative for every opportunity and every person that sits here and listens to me rant, go on my little ADHD rants, and really open up to the world. Like I said, season 3, we kicking ass and taking names, saying names. I'm going to out some people. It's like, no, I'm not going to out people, but I'm just going to be more willing to open up about certain things that have happened in my life, because they have helped me grow and stop these generational curses. Some people may not like it. None of what I'm doing is coming from a malicious place in my body. This is like therapy to me. It's just that this is like a journal, a diary, what I would usually write down. And if it hurts anybody's feelings, if it makes anybody feel a type of way, you can always email me at natashasoul.adams@gmail.com, because I probably have you blocked on Instagram. That's a personal problem, baby. No, but for real, if this makes you feel any type of way, you have my number, because I'm sure you've never stopped yourself from telling me how you feel about anything else. You can text me or call me. I'd rather you text me, because I don't like when people call me randomly anymore, unless you're one of my friends. Like, I'm not here for that. If you don't have my number, you can email me. Write a long paragraph. I'm probably going to read it and then talk about it on the next episode. And if you don't know me and you're feeling some type of way, why? Look at yourself in the mirror, like Michael Jackson said. Like he did. He looked at the man in the mirror and he tried to change his ways. It's more than likely something that you need to fix on your end, because we're fixing on my end. I'm not broken. I'm growing. And if you don't even know me, you feeling some type of way about what I'm saying, why you putting all that energy into somebody else? You need to put that energy into yourself, into your own growth. But until next time, if you didn't feel any type of way about this and you're happy to see me growing. Thank you. Or you didn't feel any type of way and you're just like, this is a lot taken. I know, baby girl. Like I said, I'm almost 27. I've been going through this the entire time. Yeah. We here though. We here to grow. I really like this setup, and I'm just gonna wrap this up and let y'all know again that I really appreciate y'all for sitting through this and listening to me. I don't want these episodes to be really long, especially when I'm by myself. I don't even know how I talk to myself this long, to be honest. If you are watching this on YouTube and you see me continuously looking down, it's because I have the little EOS utility remote view thing going on, and I'm trying to make sure that I look cordial for you guys, ma'ams, because a lot of women listen to my podcast, and I'm just saying, slide into my DMs, baby girl, so we can be friends and so we can talk. More so you. I just like learning a lot about people and people watching, people observing. So, you know, talk about yourself in my DMs. If you're a guy, you're welcome to talk about yourself in my DMs too, because men need help as well. I wouldn't know because I'm not a man, but I see from an outside, from a third person's view, what y'all be dealing with, and it's bad out here for the ones that are actually trying. I'm sorry that y'all have to deal with bullshit. But yeah, have a great rest of y'all. Actually, since this will come out on a Sunday, I hope that your week is great, that you're abundant in your life, in positive things, not negative things. And yeah, bye.